Max, we mentioned that there's a number of Texas high school football coaching changes around the Lone Star State. 2-minute account. You can find them all at texasfootball.com/coach changes. One of them is going down in Central Texas. The Mcgregor Bulldogs have a new head coach. It is a friend of the program. We are joined now by the new head coach of the Mcgregor Bulldogs, is Coach Judd Thrash. Coach, how are you?
Pretty good. How are you, sir?
Doing good. How are things in beautiful Mcgregor?
They're good. We're excited to be here, and like I told them the other day, I want to create an exciting brand of football, and they've always had tradition there. Coach Seward, he was 81 and 46 in 11 years, so the program's on the up and up, and we have a really good chance to be successful there. I think we return anywhere between 19 and 20 seniors.
Yeah, and that's the thing I want to start there is about expectations. There are some programs that you step into and they need to be built. That does not appear to be the case here, where this program is built, this program is moving. How is that? How do you view that challenge of kind of taking something that's already pretty well formed and doing pretty well and just continuing their success?
I'm looking forward to it. I've been in several other programs that, the expectations were really high. Here at Colleyville Heritage, when Coach Willis came in, he had high expectations. And then, Hank Carter at Lake Travis had very high expectations. And then Coach Allman as well at Austin Westlake had high expectations. So it's not out of the norm. When you coach in those places, high expectations are what set the bar. And, the kids expect it, the coaches expect it, the administrators expect it. So it's nothing different than what I'm used to. And like I said, it's been a blessing to work for those guys. And, with Hank Carter and Tam Hollingshead and Coach Willis and Coach Allman. And like I said, nothing changes there.
This is your first head coaching job, and so I want to ask you why Mcgregor. There are, we mentioned that there's more than 120 Texas high school football coaching changes around the Lone Star State. Why Mcgregor? Why was this the right move for you?
Well, my family's from Central Texas. Coaching at Westlake and Lake Travis, I'm familiar with the area as well. They have a strong tradition in football. They've been to a state championship game. Like I said, Coach Seward's record speaks for itself. A lot of great football players come out of there. In 2009, they were 13-1. In 2013, they were 11-2. So I just think it's a great opportunity. And also, you have a lot of growth going on in that district. SpaceX is employing, I think they've hired 1,000 employees there. And then there's a subdivision that's about to go up. And so all the growth is headed on 84. And, if you look at all the programs over the recent years, the studies show that with high growth, you're going to have really good football teams. I mean, you see, your Argyle, your South Lake Carroll, and your Lake Travis, and programs where there's movement headed, that's a good thing as far as Texas high school football is concerned.
We're talking with Judd Thrash, new head coach of the Mcgregor Bulldogs here on Dctf Live. Get involved with the conversation at #DCTF Live. Coach, you mentioned it a little bit about the who's who of your coaching tree, as it were. Guys like Darren Allman, like Joe Willis, like Hank Carter, like Tam Hollingshead. There's a lot. You've learned under some of the best. How do you take what you've learned from these guys and kind of coalesce it into one vision for your team? How do you take a lot of different smart guys and what you've learned from them and turn it into to one thing?
Well, you take bits and pieces, and I've taken a piece from each coach. With Coach Hollingshead, the organization piece was very big, and then with Coach Craig Chesser, he preached right way every day and discipline, things of that nature. And then, Coach Carter, he was really good at building strong relationships with the kids. And we had a motto where, we never let a kid go home upset. We always wanted to make sure we put our arm around them and make sure that, they go home with a positive attitude. And then, like I said, you take bits and pieces. And with Coach Allman, he always paid attention to every single detail within the program. And then Coach Willis does an excellent job of staying on the cutting edge with X's and O's. He's always visiting colleges, etc. So, we always stay up to date with the latest schemes on offense and defense. And so, you just take those pieces, and then hopefully you get the opportunity to go apply it once you get a head coaching job in the state of Texas.
I don't know if that's. I think you're being too nice to Coach Willis. That's my frank assessment of the situation.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I feel like if you really need to rip Coach Willis, this is the chance to do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, no, he does a great job.
I want to ask you about meeting the kids, meeting the guys down there at Mcgregor. With a lot of the coaching changes, there's promotions from within. There's the offensive coordinator gets the head coaching job, and they're familiar with it. You are a stranger to these kids in a lot of respects. What was your message to them when you first met them?
Well, I haven't met him yet. The 20th will be my first day, but when I go in and introduce myself, a lot of times, of course, you have to be cautious on your message. And like I said, I'm going to talk to him about my process and things of that nature, and I'm going to talk to him about my mission and how I want to prepare them for success on and off the field, for the rest of their life. And then I want to talk to them about the vision that I see within the program as far as, we're going to try to win the opener. We're going to try to win the Syntax and go on to win district and hopefully win some playoff games and go and win a state championship as well. And those are some of the things that I'm going to talk to them about. And then, our 3-step plan to win as well. Develop strong relationships daily and then prepare daily with a purpose. And so those are some of the things that I'm going to mention to them when I make the trip down.
And then I want to ask you about the district you're stepping into because, you could have taken a job in like some pushover district if you wanted to, and you could just really start racking up district championships with ease. Instead, you're getting plopped into District 10-3A Division I, where Rockdale, Cameron Yo, Franklin, Troy. This is a loaded,
really soft district.
Yeah, this is a loaded district. Have you had any opportunity to kind of take a look at that and assess what's ahead as far as getting out of your own district?
Well, I'm really excited about this opportunity. It wasn't too long ago in 2014 when we arrived at Colleyville Heritage that we stepped into a district just like it: Euless, Trinity, Coppell, South Lake Carroll. And, I look forward to those challenges. As a coach, that's what you live for, is competition, and that's what drives you and motivates you. And so I love the fact that we have MART on our schedule, Cameron Yo, Franklin, Rockdale, some of the biggest programs in that division. I mean, if you're going to be the best, you got to play the best. And I want our kids to understand that in order to compete on a high level, that you have to play the best teams in the state of Texas. And in all my stops, that's what we tried to do. We tried to get the best teams on the schedule, and so you can get used to playing that high caliber football.
We're talking with Judd Thrash, the new head coach of the Mcgregor Bulldogs here on DCTF Live. Get involved with the conversation, #DCTF Live. Coach, the last time I saw you was at title games and at the state championship games, and I don't think you've ever answered my question, which is how did they let you on the field? That I feel like that's a real lapse in security.
Well, I had a coaching pass that I got from one of my fellow coaching buddies, and it's one of the things that I enjoy doing. I've been going to those games ever since I was in 5th grade with my dad. Him and I used to go, and we went to like every single state championship game, and it's just become a hobby of mine, and I enjoy it. And as a coach, you go to learn and see what kind of ideas that you can pick up from the various programs.
Just proof that they really well let anybody down.
That's right. That's right.
I have one more question for him before we go, if that's all right. Yeah. Here's my thing. Are you dodging New Diana and Robbie Copeland on this schedule? I'm pretty sure that they would take you and run you up and down the field.
Yeah,
why are you dodging them?
Yeah. Why are you afraid of Robbie Copeland?
Yeah, Robbie Copeland. He called me last night. Matter of fact, and wanted to congratulate me on the job. And I said, as he would say, "Hey, cowboy, how you doing?" That's what he always says. And so I said, "Hey, cowboy, let's put us on the schedule." I was giving him a hard time. So, we all have great relationships. And Max, you covered us there at Lake Travis, et cetera, and when we were at Westlake and stuff. And so, he's a great guy, and he was giving me a hard time. So.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Listen, the high school football coaching fraternity is a fraternity in many ways. One of them is that you have to give each other trouble at every opportunity.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know them pretty well because they would all talk crap about each other when I talked to each of them individually, away from the rest of them.
That sounds exactly.
Yes, sir.
Right. That sounds exactly right.
It still goes. He's still got those group threads going.
Oh,
giving each other a hard time.
I can only imagine. He is Judd Thrash. He is the new head coach of the Mcgregor Bulldogs. Follow him on Twitter at Coach Thrash. Coach, appreciate your time. Congratulations on the new gig, and best of luck.
Thank you, sir. I look forward to seeing you guys in the future. Thank you.
Absolutely. There he goes. Judd Thrash, the new head coach, Mcgregor Bulldogs.
That'd be an easy road trip for us. We
down to McGregor?
Going to see McGregor. We could add that to the old road trips next year.
Listen, if they play a Thursday game, that's the key. Is that they gotta play a Thursday game. Get down to Bulldog Stadium. They got new turf up there. Hey man, that's not, like I said, that's not far.
It's not too bad.
Hour 45 from here.
Even if they don't play a Thursday game would be better. But even if they don't, I bet I could talk old Stepper.
You could.
Me and Stepper could go down on a Friday.
I'm a little busy on Friday nights. But,
yeah.
But you're not. What do you even work here? So
what I do on Friday nights is my own business.
Our thanks to Judd Thrash, the new head coach.
This might be in McGregor.
Yes.